Hi everyone, my name is Monique, and today I'm going to be doing a solo playthrough of a game called A Gentle Rain, designed by Kevin Wilson and published by Incredible Dream Studios. Now, I believe there have been a couple of other iterations of this in the past, but this is the newest one, newest version to be released, and this one is published by Incredible Dream Studios. Now, if you've never played this game before, this game can be played with one or more players cooperatively, and basically in it, you're just trying to build a lake and blossom some flowers. And so it is a tile game. It is very quick to play, maybe about 15 minutes. And because of that, I'm probably just going to teach the game as I play it. But of course, at the end of the game, I will end with sharing my thoughts. And considering that this is not a new game, if you have played this game before, please feel free to leave a comment down below sharing your thoughts. And lastly, if you enjoy content like this and would like to see more solo gameplays in the future, please consider subscribing. Otherwise, we are ready to begin. So, if you'd please direct your attention to the center of the table, we're all set up here for a solo game of A Gentle Rain. Welcome to the start of our lake. Now, before we get into the game, just a few words from the rulebook to set the scene. You have come to the lakeside hoping to see a rare and beautiful sight. And that we will today, because in this game, we are basically just trying to lay out all of these lake tiles in order to blossom our lilies. Because apparently, the lilies of the lake only open their blossoms in the rain, and only rarely do all 8 varieties bloom at once. And so that is what we're going to try to do today. The tiles represent a gentle falling of rain. And so each turn, I'm going to draw a tile and basically place it connected to one of the tiles that are already on the table. So to start the game, we already have one tile. And each tile has 4 different colors of half lilies. And so after drawing a tile, you must place it so that one of the sides shares a side with another tile that's a part of the lake, and all of the colors must match. And after placing your tile, then you draw a new one. And you really only need 1 stack. I just chose to put them into 2 stacks, but the game doesn't tell you to do so. So with this tile, I have 3 options because my tile basically has a yellow, a red, and a blue border. And all 3 of those lily colors are represented in our lake already. And so what you're trying to do is you're trying to form a square of tiles. Because if I'm able to place a 4th tile legally here, then I bloom a blossom. And at that point, I will get to choose one of the unbloomed blossom tokens still in my supply that are represented in the square that I formed, which means I'll be able to place either the blue, the dark blue, or the white lily in that spot. And as you can probably already tell, the object of the game is for you to bloom all 8 blossoms, which is actually quite challenging because I have not memorized the distribution of these tiles, which you probably would need to do in some way in order for you to really play this strategically. But winning isn't necessarily the main point of the game. This is more of a Zen-like experience. It's called a cozy game because the main point of it is for you to just play a game and relax. But if you're curious and you just like to try your best to win, just keep in mind that all of these colors are represented evenly amongst all of the 28 tiles, and you'll never see one color repeated on the same tile. Which means if you ever create a configuration with 2 sides of the same color, then that is essentially a dead space because that sort of tile is not represented in the stack at all. And in this game, there really is no way for you to move a tile once it's already been placed. It's a very simple game. All right, so let's continue this rainfall. So this is our next tile. It looks like we have blue, purple, orange, and the dark blue represented. Now, unfortunately, this is the exact opposite of what we need here. So that's not going to work. Our best bet is probably to try to create a new possible opening, basically. So I'm going to go up here so that we might have the chance of placing a tile in this spot. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next tile. Now, this is not great, but I think I'm going to, I think I'm going to use it over here so that I can create a possibility on this side. And I should probably mention that I'm not that great at this game. I've only started playing it. I've lost once and won once. So here we go. All right. Well, I see here that we have 3 blue openings, and I sort of want to minimize the amount of same colored openings I have around the table. And I also want to try to minimize the same combination spots. So for example, because I already have a blue-purple combination here, I probably don't want that to happen anywhere else in the grid. just to make sure that my tiles are a bit more efficient. All right, I'm going to take from this stack this time. No rhyme or reason, really. And I think I'll place this tile over here so that we have a possibility up here. I'm going to move some of these lilies down this way. Now again, I already mentioned this, but you don't put them into 2 stacks. I just did that for my ease of playing. All right, moving on to the next tile. We have this one. Now I'm still not finding the combinations that I need, so I think I'm going to place this down here because you do have to place it. If you can place the tile, you are required to. And if you can kind of see closely, our lake is starting to expand a little bit. So you can sort of see some lake-like features. There's a fish right there. We have a ducky. And of course, lots of lilies. Okay, I'm going to take from this stack. What do we have here? Again with the exact opposites. I do that so much. I'm going to go this way. I'm too scared of doing something like this because it potentially would kill this spot because it's probably going to be extremely difficult. If I can't even match 2 sides, I'm definitely not going to match 3. So I'm just going to continue elongating it this way and see what happens. All right, moving on. Ooh, that's a cute duck. I think we can make our first blossom, or we can bloom our first lily. Haha. All right. So I have my first square over here. And again, when that happens, you choose one of the available blossoms that are represented in that square, and you're going to place it right there. So we can choose any of these 4, and I'm never too sure about this decision. So maybe I'll look around and see what's likely to close. Like orange we can get by closing this. Yellow, blue we can get over here. So I'll probably go with yellow. Let's place the yellow blossom in that spot. All right, that's it. 7 more to go. So we have our next tile. And now that this is closed up here, it's tempting to go up this way because it'll basically create another possibility. This sort of incline is kind of what you want to do. So I don't know if this is on screen anymore. I'm going to move everything down. I'll see you in a second. All right, I've moved everything. I hope I didn't destroy the lake, but here we go. I'm going to place this tile up here so that I can place one over here possibly. All right, I'm going to take from this stack next, and we have another opposite. So I am going, oh yeah, that would really kill that space. I'm going to move this over here and see what becomes of this area here. I'm thinking it's just going to house our blossom tiles because it's going to be hard. Well, I could probably close this spot. We'll see. All right, let's move on. We have this tile, and this tile doesn't really fit anywhere, so I'm going to place it up here because it gives us 2 possibilities for creating a square. So let's move on to the next tile here. All right. We have a combination fish and dragonfly on this one. And a successful connection. So we can close out this square over here, which is great because we're going to bloom another lily. And so our options are either blue or purple. Let's go with purple since we still have this one over here that we can definitely use for blue. So, all right, this is great. We're blooming some lilies. Okay, this is the next tile. I don't see any areas where it'll bloom any lilies. So, I mean, the ideal spot I think would be down here, but it would create a dead area because of the 2 white sides. So I'm just going to elongate this bottom row to the right like that. All right, let's move on to the next tile. I hope everything is still visible here. So we have this, and I don't see anywhere that it can cause a blossom to occur. So I think I am going to put this down here. Now, I don't know what the likelihood is of me pulling this specific combination, if you can see this. In fact, let me readjust. There you go. Sorry for all of the shape shifting, but this is the new tile that I just placed. And I was mentioning that I don't know if I'll ever be able to fill this, but you don't really have a choice. You have to place a tile if you can. So it's going to go there, and we'll see if I can get lucky. Here we go. This is our new tile, and I think we have a placement here. So I can place this one up here, which will bloom another lily. So our options are pink, red, and white because we've already bloomed the purple one. And seeing as a lot of our open lily spots are the ones that need to be connected with red, I don't know if we're going to be able to. So I'm just going to choose the red blossom to go in that spot. All right, we have 5 left. 5 left in order to win. So please, here we go. I found one. I thought I would never be able to bloom this section, but we finally found one. All right. So now my options are orange or pink because these are the only two left here. Where else can I do? If I place a tile here, then I'll have the same options, the orange or pink. Let's go with pink. I'm gonna place the pink one up here because I have another orange option up there. So that's great. All right, hopefully we can win this. Oh my God, did we find a tile for this? Wow, I was just saying how it's so hard to fill a spot that has 3 edges, but look at that. We were able to fill this spot here, and that means we bloom 2 lilies. Wow, I feel so fortunate. Okay, so this spot, we have the option of blue or black, and then this spot is going to be just blue. So I think we know what we're going for. I'm gonna put the blue one here, and the dark blue or black, I don't know what to call that color, but we'll go with dark blue in there. So now we only have 2 flower blossoms left that we have to bloom, so we can kind of fill in that spot for the white lily. We'll have to get creative for this one. Maybe this spot up here. So let's see what we have next, shall we? All right, well, we got really lucky a couple of times there. That back-to-back was pretty sweet. But I don't think this one forms any blossoms anywhere. This is another one. Oh no, right here. Oh my gosh, I almost missed that. That's so funny. So we've created a blossom down here, and I think I thought that these were the opposite colors again, but they weren't. They were perfect. So I'm gonna place the white lily in there. And now we just have 1 left. Wow, and all these tiles. Because what happens is at the end of the game, if you are able to bloom all 8 blossoms, you can calculate your score based off of how many tiles you have left. So we're actually gonna win this maybe. Let's see what we have next. Okay, now I really don't think we can form a blossom with this tile, but I have to stay focused on the fact that it's just this tile that we need to blossom, which means I probably want to place this somewhere that will even give us an orange blossom. So maybe somewhere up here. If I can get this orange-pink combination, then we can end the game. So yes, I hope this is still on screen. I'm gonna go with it. And deepest apologies if any of this is cut off at all. That is not my intention. Okay, next tile. Aha, I think we did it. I think we completed we've opened up the final blossom needed to win the game. So this is an orange blossom. We have an orange blossom featured there, and that's it. That is the end of the game. We did it. I can't believe it. Amazing. So the way that the end of the game works is if you ran out of tiles because the rain has stopped before you were able to blossom all 8 of the lilies, then your final score will be however many blossoms you were able to open. Now, if you ended the game by blossoming all 8, then your final score will be 8 plus the number of tiles you have remaining. So in our case, we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's not bad. But there you go. That is A Gentle Rain, and now you can marvel at the lake that you've created. And there you go. That is A Gentle Rain. Yay, we did it. I will say it is quite satisfying if you actually win the game because it is quite hard to win. But just so you know, it is not about winning. The rules say don't worry if all 8 blossoms don't open in time, though. You can always return to the lake again. Because in A Gentle Rain, it is the journey that matters and not the destination. And that is what this game is all about. It is quite cozy. It's very zen. It doesn't really matter if you win. But in case you're curious and if you're feeling competitive, the highest possible score is 21. Wow. It says that it is the highest possible score, but very unlikely because there is, a certain amount of luck that is a part of the game. But anywho, that is A Gentle Rain. This is a game that was gifted to me, and I started playing it a couple of days ago, and then after I finished the game, it made me feel like playing it again. And I totally agree that it is a relaxing experience because in that moment, it's a very quick game. It's like 15 minutes, truly, because every time I played it, I would time to see how long it took, and it really is about that. in that moment, you are just focused on this puzzle. And it's not really a puzzle that I feel like the average person will truly just solve. Like it's a puzzle that you can keep coming back to. But it is so simple. And it's quiet, and it's something that you can just do by yourself, or you could even, share a cup of coffee with a friend and just do this casually. It is in a genre of gaming that has, I don't even know when this genre came about, but it's not just limited to board games. There are video games now that are considered cozy games. And these are basically just games for stress relief or maybe any underlying mental health. Like if you are somebody who suffers from anxiety from time to time, I know personally I can have moments of anxiety, and something like this is quite helpful. In fact, the rule book sort of sets the tone for the experience. Step 1 in the rules is get comfortable. Change into some loose clothing if you can. Perhaps turn on some soft music or make yourself some tea or hot cocoa. Take a moment to stand up and stretch and roll the stress out of your shoulders. Inhale through your nose, hold that breath for a moment, then exhale through your mouth. So, like I said, it is a very relaxing experience bundled into a game. So, again, the point of the game is not to truly win this or beat it or anything like that. That is not the type of game that this is. And so, if you know that you're like a really competitive gamer and that's not the point of gaming for you, and you're not really looking for something like this, then it might not be for you because it is very, very simple. But for people who just enjoy that cozy, puzzly gameplay experience, it's perfect because it is such a small, cute package too. It's a really tiny box. So for people who travel a lot, especially, or if you just lead a really busy, high stress lifestyle, the components are nice and chunky. The game itself is really cute, and it all goes in this really tiny box. So I really enjoyed it. This is one that I would probably bring traveling with me. I would definitely play this with Naveen because, like I was mentioning, you can play this with more players. It would be a cooperative experience. You would just take turns placing tiles, but that's about it. It's like I said, it's a very simple game and small package, and it's really not trying to be anything that it's not. So there you go. That is A Gentle Rain. I was pretty enthused with the game, so I just wanted to share it with you all, just in case anybody out there is in the same boat and interested in something like this. But like I was mentioning earlier, this is the newest edition of the game, and so I don't have any experience with any of the previous iterations, so I can't speak on the component differences or even the gameplay differences. Everything that I was mentioning is specifically for the Incredible Dream version of the game. But that's about it. If you have any experience in cozy gaming or have any other recommendations for board games that specifically help relieve stress or anxiety or anything like that, or even video games, because I tend to play a lot of cozy games on my Switch as well, please leave some recommendations in the comments down below because I love hearing from you all, and other people can benefit from those recommendations as well. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoy content like this and would like to see more in the future, please consider subscribing. Thank you. Bye.